Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is another of my short stories from the book I'm working on now called Light, the companion volume to the book Dark that is available on Amazon now. This book is going to focus on the lighter half of life. This one is called The Biggest, I don't mean light as in comedic, I mean lighter rather as opposed to dark. This story is called The Biggest Molecule. My father died too young of cancer. That doesn't sound very upbeat, but it will. My father died too young of cancer, and that motivated me to spend my life trying to prevent the dreaded disease. And I failed. Still not exactly light, but you'll see. And I failed, avenue after avenue, from gene to circuit to environmental influences. All that my 850 experiments accomplished was to identify 850 blind alleys. But finally, I tried this long-term experiment. I identified 100 healthy people, ages 70 to 80, old enough that a number of them would likely get some cancer in the next decade. I took a cell sample from each person and analyzed them thoroughly, even the so-called junk DNA that sits between the clearly functional parts of the DNA. Every year for the next 10, I collected a new cell sample from each person and analyzed them the same way. After 10 years, 17 of the 100 were diagnosed with a cancer. I compared the annual changes in those people's cells with those people who did not have cancer. It turned out that in 86% of the cancer patients, a molecule in the junk DNA that was previously thought non-functional changed far more over the decade. Further analysis explained what was going on. Those changes in that part of the DNA destroyed the inhibitor that prevents normal cells from duplicating too rapidly, what we call cancer. Amazingly, that occurred across a wide range of cancers. Identifying that molecular reaction made it relatively easy to create a drug that would prevent those changes. And because I identified that foundational mechanism, the drug would have no side effects. It would act only on that molecule in the junk DNA. In simple terms, I found a vaccine to prevent cancer. Alas, that was only my vision. What I wrote in my application to become a student in a PhD program in molecular genetics. May it turn out to be true. In any event, I do thank you for watching. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And I would welcome you checking out either of my two books of short stories that are available on Amazon now. One is called Dark, that's the companion volume to this book. Light that I'm working on, it's stories about the dark side of life. And the other book is called Soloists, stories of introverts and outsiders facing a dilemma. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.